the victory.
Now let's take a look at the starting lineup presented by Texas Trust. Arkansas State, they have an outstanding backcourt tandem of Caleb Fields and Marquis Eaton. And for UTA, it's good to see David Azor back in the starting lineup for the second straight game. He missed 13 games because of that leg injury, but he is back starting. Nick Alame, he'll be making his fourth consecutive start.
And this lineup for UTA is the most athletic lineup they can put on the floor. Wells, Alame, Azor, Mwamba, K.O. That's 5 great athletes.
Ade Wells launches the 3, and Alame, we saw the athletic ability right there. And Norchad Omier, with his first rebound of the ball game, averages just under 12 boards a game, number 1 in the Sun Belt Conference.
Yeah, you're going to get to say Omier with a rebound a lot tonight.
That's a pretty good touch for Omier, averaging 12.6 points a ball game. Talking to the coaching staff, they could not say enough good things about him off the court, not just on the court.
He's a really hard-working guy, and the amazing thing is, Nicaragua is not what you'd call a basketball country, right? Soccer, baseball, but he's really carved out a spot for himself in basketball.
And David Azor came back Monday, had 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals in 28 minutes. Missed 13 games after being injured on January the 1st. He is a whole new addition to this starting 5. Omier gives it up. From way downtown, the 3 buried by Christian Willis.
You talked about that guard tandem for Arkansas State, and they've got 2 good ones, and this is a great matchup of guards tonight. Both teams really good at the guard spot.
Here come the Red Wolves. And they throw it away. Arkansas State leads the series between these 2 teams, 41-22. As we look at the head coach of the Red Wolves, he has done an outstanding job. Mike Bellotto, in his 4th season, he is up the win total each year coming into this season. And the key, and he told us this last year, he brought in character kids, all kids good in the classroom. Nick Alame can't get the roll to go. Number 2 rebound for Omier. Boy, he has just got the build on him, doesn't he, Mike?
Yeah, he does. He played baseball when he was growing up, and I heard a story that said he was a pitcher and he could throw at 95. Jeez. How'd you like to stand in against that cat?
Oh, KO with a rejection, his 53rd of the season. By the time he lets the ball go, he's halfway to home plate. 2 on the shot clock, Omier shot, and that'll be a shot clock violation. They'll go the other way with it.
Yeah, big-time play by KO as he blocked that first shot.
And it was a good look at Coach Chris Ogden for UTA, trying to avoid that 4-game losing streak, the first since the 2016 season. And Malcolm Farrington, the redshirt freshman from West Palm Beach, Florida, number 10, is checked into the lineup for Arkansas State. Another outstanding 3-point shooter. Azor. Nice quick move. Fall away, and the southpaw can't get it to go over the outstretched hands of Marquis Eaton. This is an Arkansas State team that is coming together at just the right time. Back on top to Willis. Shot clock, plenty of time. Farrington dumps it down inside. Omier, KO went for the block, gets the rebound instead, has it taken away. They're going to call it a jump ball, and it'll belong to Arkansas State. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, Coach.
And we've already seen how good UTA can be out front with Shahade Wells. And so one of the keys to the game for Arkansas State is they've just got to be disruptive at the point. If you let Wells get into a rhythm, you're going to have trouble. And as you've already talked about, the great rebounding of Arkansas State, if the Mavs are going to have a chance, they're going to have to win the boards. Arkansas State's used to winning the battle of the boards. The Mavs have had a hard time breaking even on the glass this season. It'll be key for them to be able to win the glass.
Well, when Arkansas State beat UTA, they out-rebounded the Mavs 52-36. When they lost to UTA, UTA out-rebounded Arkansas State by 3. Whistling a foul on the play. And the foul's going to be on KO. That'll be his first. Both teams over 2 minutes scoring drought. Omier, pull-up jumper, soft touch for the freshman.
He's got really good hands. I mean, that's why he's a good rebounder. He's got a great sense of the ball, but offensively just looks really, especially for a freshman and a guy that hasn't played as much basketball as some American kids have, he's got great sense on offense.
Boy, Christian Willis, the redshirt senior out of Belleville, Illinois, goes high for the rebound. Omier makes the save. Red Bulls will have it again, leading by 5.
Yeah, Omier's played 4 minutes. He has 4 rebounds. I mean, he gets his money's worth, and he's really good in that high post area as he turns and just faces up and drills that jumper.
And he's got 6. Both of the games versus UT Arlington, he had 7 field goals made, and right now he's got 3. UTA scoring drought over 3 minutes now, Mike.
Yeah, and we appreciate players we feature playing good early, right? Makes us look like we know what we're doing.
We try to fake them out, you know. And it's a 7-0 run for the Red Wolves as UTA's missed their last 5 shots. Add 2 more on that. Nice pull-up jumper by Willis.
And one of the things as a road team that you just love is to get off to a nice, easy start offensively, right? Have a good rhythm.
Oh, my! Sorry, Mike, but that was a heck of a dunk.
KO! He is so bouncy. What a great pass. What a great finish.
And to think, last year at this time, he was not even playing basketball. Went to Southwest Assemblies of God, played 1 year, hurt his foot, took last year off, pulls down the rebound. And he would be number 2 in the NCAA, KO would, in blocks if he had enough games. And a whistle and a blocking foul is going to be called, and that'll be against KO. Got a little limp as he walked better. We were talking during the break, and the one word you used when describing Arkansas State, comfortable.
Yeah, offensively, they're just running their stuff. They're shooting a high percentage. They've got 4 assists on their 5 baskets, so they've really settled in and have been able to run their stuff very smoothly so far.
Now, this Arkansas State team lost to Texas State on Monday, 57-52. They didn't make a three-pointer. They were 0 for 13. That snaps a streak of 305 games, but they've already got one tonight, so they're starting a new streak.
And this is a team that shoots it well from 3. I mean, they shoot 38% from 3 as a team.
But that was going to be a shot clock violation. Ball did not hit the rim. Antoine Jackson, by the way, big number 50 at 6'7", 270, has checked into the lineup for the Red Wolves. Also, Avery Felts, the redshirt freshman out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Coach has said at the beginning of the year that he made the biggest jump of anybody on this team as far as improvement. Azor off-balance shot, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line.
Nice job by David there of attacking on a straight line to draw the contact. You know, dribbled in, angled off the defender a little bit to draw that foul and get to the line.
And a good look at David Azor. It's got to be tough, and he did work out a little bit, but getting back in the flow with a team that had already played a bunch of games without you, 13, and you've got to find where your niche is, I would have to think.
And hard for a guy that coming into the season, everyone thought would be the team leader, right? I mean, this is a preseason all-league guy. This is a guy that was coming off a great year last year. And then, you know, to not play those 13 games, then have to feed your way back in to the chemistry of a team that's already played all those games it's not easy. It's part of the season, though. This season for every team, players in, players out, COVID, whole team shutting down for periods. So it's a matter of finding your place.
Well, Azor had a couple of steals in the first game. He got back Monday, got one there. Sam Griffin back into the lineup. He'll launch the 3. Sam, I am.
And that's the luxury that UTA has. You can start Shahade Wells at the point. You can bring Sam off the bench at the point. You can play them together. 2 of the best guards in the Sun Belt Conference.
And I was talking to Sam before the game, and I said, hey, you didn't start Monday because David Azor said, do you mind coming off the bench? He goes, it doesn't matter. He said, it doesn't matter. I'll come in and just do what I'm supposed to do. And He had such a great attitude about that because he understands what a great teammate David Azor is.
And Sam Griffin, a great teammate, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Sam's one of those guys that's going to do what you need him to do. I mean, he's a yes, sir, no, sir kind of guy, and just a very good player that's a very unselfish teammate.
6-0 run now for the Mavs. I don't know who says yes, sir, or no, sir more, David Steelman or Sam. Inside, Antoine Jackson with the basket. Only 4 points in the last 3 games, but he ups the Arkansas State lead to 5. The three buried by Grayson Carter. No points, Mike, the last 4 games. Missed all 4 of his shots. Welcome addition.
Picked a good time to make a 3. Gets UTA, keeps his run going, gets him right back to within 2 points here early in the game. So nice contribution off the bench.
Marquis Davis, 52% of his shots are threes. Whistle and a foul. And that's going to be called on Jackson. That'll be his first personal.
And Jackson's got that look on his face like when an offensive lineman gets called for holding.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's like, hey, I didn't hit him that hard. It's not my fault I'm stronger than him.
I don't know. We already have a nominee for the Bill Lambier I didn't commit that foul award that we hand out every game. For those of you under the age of 40, just Google them. Do people still Google? I guess they do, don't they?
I think that's a thing.
Okay. Alame with 5 to shoot. David looks up at the shot clock's got to hurry. The deep 3 nicks the front of the rim right into the hands of fake Caleb Fields. Up ahead, good defense, Griffin, and they're going to call a block on it.
Sam did a good job. He really sprinted to get back, and it looked like he might have had position, but excellent basket attack to draw the foul. You know, he kind of turned sideways, right? That's one of those plays where if you want the call, you got to take the hit. I think he was there, but when the official sees your body turn sideways like that, they're going to call it a block.
Sounds like a hockey game. The horn keeps blowing. A lot of substitutions. Caleb London, the freshman out of Memphis, Tennessee, number 24, is checked into the lineup for Arkansas State. David Steelman, who's had 7 starts this season, he also back in. Boy, that could have been a walk. Farrington, but he did step out of bounds, so we'll go the other way with it.
Nice job by Steelman of holding his angle there, right? He didn't let the offensive player cut him off and get back to the middle. Just held his angle and got him out of bounds.
And Coach Aggie gives him a high five when he walks off the court. That's what David Steelman does so well. Sam for 3 again. Can't get this one. Rebound pulled away by Jackson. Fields. Shot clock at 10. Trigger is pulled and is buried by Marquis Eaton. That's at 2.
Tough shot by Eaton. Sam's right there. He just elevated right through him, basically.
And here comes Arkansas State again. Fields leads the break. Gives it off. Farrington for 3. No. Sam had it, lost it. And they'll set things up again. Fields gives it up. Jackson, no. Good positioning on the inside by Farrington. He's the last to touch it. It'll be UTA's basketball. And with that, we will take a timeout. UTA coming back into the lineup. He has not played since January 2nd. Also had a leg injury. Didn't play the last 13 games. They want to get him in, get him some minutes, and get him ready for the tournament. And like you were saying before the game, Mike, why not? Considering this year, you get it all back again.
Exactly. It's basically a redshirt year for everybody anyway. And Rojas is in the game about 15 seconds and already has his first rebound.
And you see the big leg brace on that right leg. And 2 weeks ago, I would have said he is not going to play this year because he walked with a big-time limp, but he's worked his way back, and we tip our hat to him.
Absolutely. And as you said, we've already had 21 players in this game. So the stat crew's earning their money tonight.
Good defense by Hade Wells. Gets the steal. Boy, Patrick Mwamba was already on his spot for the three. They finally get it to him. Mwamba lost the handle. Rojas got it. Makes his move inside. They're going to call that a blocking foul. And that's, I think, is a pretty good call because it looked like Eaton was in the restricted area.
Nice job by Rojas, right? And it's a hard one because, you know, Eaton's the primary defender there, so he's got a right to some space there. But and Rojas kind of lowered the shoulder, so that's a tough one if you're Arkansas State.
And that's going to be a foul away from the basketball, and that'll be called on Christian Willis. That's the fourth team foul. They get it right back to Wells. He'll launch the three. Mwamba poked it out. It'll belong to Arkansas State. UTA scoring drought now, closing in on 3 minutes. Again, Hade Wells with the quick hands. Ends up with Rojas getting the basketball. Hade, dribble penetration. Sam for three. Splash!
What a nice play by Hade Wells. The penetration gets the paint touch. Kicks to Sam, who's always ready. Always does his work early. Sam just stiffens up and drills the three.
7 turnovers for Arkansas State. They've led to 7 UTA points. Arkansas State has not capitalized on a Mavs turnover. Nice pull-up jumper buried by Caleb London.
Nice execution again by Arkansas State, just in a good rhythm offensively right now.
More than halfway home, Sam again, long three, barely knocks out. I thought that was going down.
Could have gone in for the same price for sure.
And the three by Marquis Eaton.
Arkansas State is very efficient from three, and they'll take them early, they'll take them late. This is a team that is not shy about three balls in transition.
Well, Marquis Eaton took 18 field goal attempts. 7 of those were threes in game 2 versus UTA, which they lost that game at the buzzer. Won the first game in overtime. Wells hangs in the air, draws the contact and the foul. KO will come back into the lineup playing with 2 personal fouls, and David Azor for UTA.
And that foul is a result of Hade Wells' strength. Right? He got in the air, and if he's not as strong as he is, he gets stuck with that ball. But because he's so strong, he can hang, draw contact, adjust the ball, and put that foul pressure on the defender. And we've seen that a lot this season. Hade Wells just using that upper body strength to create free throws.
Double figures every game but one. He had that turf toe versus Tulsa. Didn't play a whole lot of minutes. 2 games versus Arkansas State. Hade knocked in 19 and 21 points. And in those 2 games combined, he shot 45%. But the Mavs find themselves down by 5. From the corner, rattled around.
And another assist, right? All those baskets are off assists for Arkansas State.
KO ran the floor well after London knocked it down. Couldn't finish it out. Lead is 7. Arkansas State's led by as many as 9. Pull-up jumper, KO rips away the rebound. His second of the ball game. Azor to the hole. Would you say he was determined on that?
I would say he was determined. He was in his, if you're not going to stop me, I'm not going to stop mode.
Sam comes up with it, gives it to Hade Wells. Oh, nice pass. Azor hangs in the air, can't get it. And running the floor so well is Willis, rejected by Patrick Mwamba.
Both teams playing at breakneck pace.
Yeah.
And the foul stops the little shuttle relay we got going.
And we've got a timeout. 7 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first. All you have to do is text STARTER. That's 71855, 71855. And when the Mavs score 70, you win from walk-ons. You had the great line during the break. This is walk-ons maybe giving away a few.
It's in first time in a while, right? The appetizers, the starter has been in play.
I don't know if that's good news or bad news. If you're Augie, probably not good news.
As long as you got one more than the bad guys.
There you go.
Right?
Got a Wells pull-up jumper, no, just pulled away by Omier, who only played 5 minutes to begin the game and has been sitting a long time.
Comes right back in and lets you know he's there, though, right?
How about 7 rebounds in the ball game already for Omier?
Seems like a lot.
It's a lot. Felts deep in the corner, no. Omier had it, lost it, into the hands of KO, almost tied up. Omier had a career-high 20 rebounds against UTA in those meetings at Arkansas State. That was one of the keys. Coach Young was telling me we got to rebound better. Up ahead, Felts, the freshman from Jonesboro.
Turns a turnover into a layup. That's what good teams do. They take advantage of opportunities.
Still plenty of time. 6 minutes to play here in the opening half. Alley-oop! KO, second slam dunk of the night.
Yeah, and the beauty of throwing a pass to KO, a high feed, if it doesn't hit the scoreboard, right, it's pretty much in play. You can't overthrow it. You can only underthrow it.
Yep. They've been working on that ever since he became eligible. And you could see him getting more and more comfortable. Oh, rejected by KO. And that'll be his second block of the ball game.
Yeah, KO just plays with such great energy, right? Here you see the ball screen. David Azor gets it in the air. KO flushes it. Nice timing, nice delivery.
5 games, 5 or more blocks for KO this season. David Steelman checks back into the lineup. Of course, he loves playing Arkansas State. Last year, he came off the bench, had not scored the whole season, and pumped in 14 points against Arkansas State. Shot clock violation, good defense, UTA.
Yeah, great job. And part of that is the clock awareness by Arkansas State, that they didn't have a full shot clock, right? Ball went out of bounds. There were some subs. Arkansas State just lost track of how much time they had left on the shot clock.
Coach Bellato is not going to be pleased with the turnover situation because they've coughed it up already, 8 in the ball game. And coming into the game, they only do it 13.2 times a game.
Yeah, Arkansas State values the ball.
Oh, yeah.
They shoot it good. They handle it good. This is a skilled team that does a nice job.
Coach Bellato has done an outstanding job his time at Arkansas State. Azor, quick move, hangs in the air, whistle, and a foul is going to be called. Let's see if they call that on Christian Willis, and it will be on Willis. And that'll be his second personal foul.
Yeah, and you see, he was fine until he reached, right? So many players don't understand that when you're in position defensively, your job is to make that shooter change the shot. If he changes it, if he pumps it, if he angles it, you've done your job, right? You don't have to block it. Good defenders often don't block many shots. They just make you take hard shots. And David Azor was going to take a hard shot there until he got bailed out with the foul.
Now Willis is going to have to go out. Farrington will come back into the lineup. And there's David Azor, averaged 14 points a game last year, was second team Sun Belt, was 8th in the league in points per game, 3rd in assist to turnover ratio. That is why he is so valuable to this squad. Trey Jones is checked into the lineup for the Mavs, and they go into their usual press.
UTA with a 1-2-2, full court press. They've shown 1-2-2, 2-2-1, a little bit of man. So as usual, they'll give you different looks on defense.
I love the fact Trey Jones just got into the scrum, and on the jump ball, it'll be, they're going to call a timeout before they called the jump. Arkansas State.
And difference between 3 and 4 doesn't sound like much.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Your first round game, instead of having to play 5, you play 6. If you win your second round game, instead of having to play 1, you play 2. And again, there are little differences, and some of that's driven by matchups and all that, but it makes a difference. It makes a difference if you're trying to make a run, especially in a one-bid league like the Sun Belt is this year. One team's going to get hot in Pensacola, and who you play makes a difference.
Now the lead is cut to 3. Arkansas State now just one of their last 8. Here Chris Ogden yelling, go, go, go. Steelman. Alame for 3. No. Nice rebound. Phillips kept it alive. Needs a little bit of help. Dribbles out of trouble. Look out. Almost had his pocket picked. And the foul's going to be called. That'll be on Caleb Fields. That'll be his first personal foul.
But a big swing on that foul. I mean, you think about it now. Arkansas State had that ball stolen about 3 times.
Yeah.
And UTA was in big trouble. And then just one reach too many. And now instead of turnover layup for Arkansas State, UTA goes to the line and shoots free throws. That is a big swing.
UTA has never led in this ball game. Jordan Phillips at the line, came off the bench the last 3 games. Coming off a game against Louisiana, did not score. That was the second time in 4 games he didn't get any points. Las Rojas comes back into the lineup. Just want to limit his minutes, but just get Rojas some playing time after that leg injury. Inside of 4 to play here in the opening 20. Fields with 9 to shoot. Waits for the pick. Draws the contact and the foul on the drive.
Nice job by Fields, being physical on the drive, taking the contact to the defender.
And you said?
Augie's going to play them all. Don't get cheated. Don't get cheated.
Here is Caleb Fields at the line, the sophomore out of Lewisburg, Tennessee. Such a great leader. And he picked up things so quickly last season. That's what was impressive as we watched him in his freshman year. And checking back into the lineup, Kaylin London, another outstanding freshman. I tell you, Arkansas State, Coach Bellato and his staff did a great job. He's got some very talented freshmen on this team.
Both these teams have got good young players, right? Both these teams are going to be good going forward. No question about that.
And here comes the first pressure put on by Arkansas State.
And the luxury that UTA has is they've got 2 point guards on the floor.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, you got Sam and you got Hade. And so they've got multiple guys that can bring it. It's not like you can just disrupt one of them and the world ends. They got a lot of guys that can handle pressure.
On the drive, Phillips hangs in the air, but a whistle and a foul will be called.
Yeah, and because Arkansas State has piled up the fouls early here in the first half, and UTA was able to get to the bonus pretty early, if they're aggressive and they attack the rim, they're going to spend a lot of time shooting free throws here in the next 3.5 minutes. And they're going to be able to put a lot of foul pressure on Arkansas State here at the end of this first half.
And UTA has shot free throws well in conference play, 77% as a team. Steelman comes back in. Griffin goes out for the Mavs.
And Coach O right now is basically going offense-defense with these lineups. It's something you do at the end of a game, right? Offense-defense. He's doing it early in the first half. I love it, man. You're sitting on that bench. You better be ready to play. You're in the game. You better ball.
Yeah, it's like when they make a hockey change. They say, okay, you're going to be out there for 3 or 4 minutes. You play your fanny off. And Les has been warned by the officials. Garrick Shannon saying, knock it off.
And it's going to be a double foul. And if you're UTA, you'll take that all day long. A foul on Rojas, and then for you, and a foul on Omier for them. Man, good trade there.
I'd say so. Only Omier's first personal foul. Nice dribble penetration by Fields. He draws the contact in the foul. I think. Is Laz going to be called again on that?
I think it was a block on Laz, yeah. But again, a nice job. You see, all the guards in this game are strong, right? Wells, Fields, they're players that have got good strength. And so when they drive the ball, you got to stand in there if you're going to cut them off. You're not just going to bump them off the ball. They're strong enough to maintain their line. They're strong enough to play through contact. And so both these teams will put foul pressure on you. Here comes the offense-defense sub. Steelman out, Griffin in.
Yeah.
Right?
And Willis comes in for Arkansas State playing with 2 personal fouls. Caleb Fields last season, one of 5 freshmen to average 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Can't get the second one to go. And the lead's at 2. No field goals for UTA in the last 3 minutes. And we've got 2:45 to play. Boy, Wells trying to get away from Fields. Fields doing a nice job defensively. Shot clock at 6. Wells, little hesitation, hangs in the air, and he spins it off the glass. My goodness.
What a great finish. But then Ark State right back the other way.
And the dunk missed by Wesley. Fields got away with a little chicken wing on Patrick Mwamba. Count the basket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, and Augie's making the case, how can you call it on this end and not that end? And he might have a case, right? Here's the drive. We talked about Fields and how strong he is and how he gets the angle and how he initiates the contact. And so it's easy to put a whistle on that play. But a lot of that is because Fields is good and uses his strength, right? And the finish on the other end by Hade Wells was phenomenal. In a similar situation. So you'll see a lot of that during this game. Both sets of guards can put foul pressure on their defender.
Jordan Phillips getting high fives from everybody on the staff after he came out. And Fields completes the 3-point play. Phelps will come back into the lineup. And Omier will sit down. Omier not playing a lot of minutes here in the opening half.
Yeah, and you don't know. Both teams have played a ton of guys, right?
Yeah.
And so you don't know if that's a little bit of a head nod to back-to-back games, having to play 2 days in a row, or if maybe he's just he may be a little tired, maybe fighting a little injury.
Azor with 10 to shoot, backing down on Willis. Pump fakes, tries to draw 3 on Willis, but he gets the 2.
David Azor is a guy that can elevate to get his shot, right? Part of being a good offensive player is creating space. David Azor can create space vertically.
Mm-hmm. Again, UTA's never led in this ball game. 10 on the shot clock. Fields turns the corner, elevates, blocked by Mwamba, and then the foul on Hade Wells. That'll be his first personal foul.
Yeah, good drive, great block, good timing by Mwamba, and then Hade just gets that hand in there and hits Fields in the face. Good call.
3 blocks for Patrick Mwamba. So far in this ball game, he's got 16 on the season. And Fields at the line with 6 points and 3 assists. Can't get it. David Azor had some jumping shoes on that one.
Creating space vertically.
Yes, he did. Final 65 seconds here in the opening half. We got a good one. Wells to the hole, finger roll.
Nice job on that little ram screen. So UTA set a screen for the screener, which freed Wells up to go to the rim.
And that's the first lead of the game, and it looked like Mwamba hit the ball off Wesley's foot. Officials say it belongs to Arkansas State. Steelman comes back in. Boy, that was close. Norchad O'Meara will come back into the lineup, and Phelps will go out. Willis gets away from the defense. O'Meara pump fake, hands in the air, and he will go to the line.
Yeah, and he goes so hard when
Wow.
he goes to rebound the ball. And he plays the game with two hands now. He goes and rips that ball out of the air when he rebounds it. And so now, because great offensive rebounder, he gets rewarded, goes to the line, will shoot two.
First D1 signee ever from Nicaragua. Norchad O'Meara. Coach says he reminds him of Montrezl Harrell, who he had at Louisville.
Okay.
Pretty good comparison.
I like that, right? Trez plays hard,
Yeah.
good rebounder, great in transition. I can see that.
Can't get the free throw. We are tied at 31. Ade Wells couldn't get it over the net. Well, how about that? Norchad O'Meara leads the break.
Yeah, there's not much he can't do.
Guy's got some skill.
I mean, he's played 7 minutes. He has 9 rebounds.
Oh, jeez.
Over a rebound a minute is hard to do.
10-second difference shot of the game clock. Fields again with that right arm out.
I coached some guys that played 7 games and didn't have 9 rebounds.
And Patrick Mwamba with another block. Plenty of time. Wells to the hole, leans in, no, pulled down by O'Meara. 1 second left, lets it fly, doesn't get it. Exciting first 20 minutes of play, and we will go to halftime.
David looks good. He looks active. He looks confident. A lot of times when a player has a leg injury, they're a little hesitant to get in the mix. And he's not. He looks very good, very comfortable, very confident.
Let's see if UTA can come out with a little bit of a killer instinct. Came out very slowly in that opening 20. Wells waits for the pick. Patrick Mwamba, he rolls. Shot clock at 7. Alame looks up. Spin move. Hangs in the air, can't get it. And O'Meara with his 11th rebound.
Yeah, and both teams came out of halftime, I'm sure, focused, but they heard very different messages at halftime, right? If you're in that UTA locker room at halftime, I guarantee you they talked about rebounding, okay? And if you're in the Arkansas State locker room at halftime, I guarantee you they talked about turnovers as Arkansas State turns it over on their first possession.
9 turnovers in the ball game for Arkansas State.
Right, and they're -7 possessions. They've got 9. UTA only has 2. And so it comes down to both rebounding and turnovers. They come down to, are you going to generate extra possessions or not? And so both teams just trying to get those extra possessions in any way they can.
Wells just waiting. Azor was kind of doing a little wheel action. Pull-up jumper, tough shot. Oh, the home court rim is kind to David Azor.
What good touch. And over the outstretched hand of the defender, stayed very focused and delivered.
And Azor with 11. That was his season average coming into this game, the abbreviated season average. Only the second lead of the game for UTA. Wells puts up his hand, not enough to stop Marquis Eaton.
Very nice job by Eaton there on the quick pull-up right at the free throw line.
Marquis Eaton came into this game with 1,256 career points. One of 4 players in Arkansas State history to have 1,000. He knotted the game up again. Azor to the hole, this time rejected. Ends up in the hands of Keon Wesley.
Yeah, O'Meara came from a mile away to block that ball. Came from all the way on the other side of the lane.
O'Meara with 2 blocks on the evening. Wesley didn't think it was going to go in. He let it go, and he started running towards the rim, but he rattles it home.
You know, and some of that is just that's the mentality for Arkansas State. I mean, they're trying to rebound. All five guys are trying to rebound every ball.
Yeah, Wesley, who first start of the year was against UTA and put together back-to-back double-doubles against the Mavs this season. Things not quite as hectic as it was in the first 20. Wells. Field stays right with him. Azor for three. Nicks the front of the rim. Last touched by Arkansas State.
But a good, very good defensive possession there for Arkansas State. Nice job of staying in front of the ball. Contested shot just for the first time tonight, really. Just couldn't run down a rebound.
Azor sees the double. Mwamba calmly lines up the three and buries it.
And that is a really good sign for UTA if they can get Patrick Mwamba settled in and shooting the ball from three.
Last 5 games, Mwamba's averaged 12 points a game. He has a career-high 4 blocks already. KO came over a little bit too late, and O'Meara with the easy 2.
And, again, great execution by Arkansas State. Little ball screen through the extra pass, found O'Meara wide open in the lane. All he had to do was turn and finish. That's
13 assists in the ball game for Arkansas State. They averaged just a shade over 14. Very unselfish play tonight. Shot clock at 8. Alame back to Mwamba. Nice pump fake. Easy 17-footer. Patrick back-to-back shots.
Very good job of staying patient there by Patrick. 2 pump fakes, 2 flybys, hit the mid-range.
That's where he's improved. Last year, it would have been 3 or nothing. KO pulls away the rebound. His third of the ball game. Hade, nice dish inside. Good coverage, though, by Caleb Fields. Knocks it out, and with that, we'll take a timeout. 15 minutes, 37 seconds left to play. First of the final 2 regular season games for both teams. Move better. Well, I'm Mike Peterson. I'm Ron Phil. Good to have you with us. And it'll be UTA's basketball. .21 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Sam Griffin back in. Only 15 minutes play, or 10 minutes played for Sam so far in this ball game. And we know how quickly Sam Griffin can heat up. Shot clock at 5. Wells, dribble penetration, hangs in the air. Jackson may have gotten a piece of it. Good hustle, though, by Jordan Phillips.
Great job by Jordan there of just staying with the play, running down that O board, creating the extra possession, as we talked about coming out of halftime. Extra possession for UTA.
Wells has got to hurry. By the way, the UTA women, they're leading Arkansas State by 11 with about 6 minutes left to play in the third. That's in Jonesboro. Wells for 3. Rolls it over the front of the rim. Hade Wells now with 8 tonight.
Nice find by Jordan Phillips there on the weak side. And Hade does the shot preparation needed to be able to deliver that 3 ball.
Biggest lead of the game for UTA. Phelps, he bombs away at the 3.
Ark State responds with basically the same look. Got it in the high post, kicked it out, ready to shoot, deliver the 3.
Phelps, a former walk-on. Then UTA turns it over. Wesley to the hole, hangs in the air, doesn't get it, tries it again on the rebound.
Good transition by Wesley. And then, as we talked about earlier, Arkansas State assumes the miss every time.
Yeah.
That's why they're a good rebounding team. And Wesley there, he attacked the rim but assumed the miss, so he was ready to rebound when it came out.
Sam Griffin sees a little bit of opening. Oh, my, Sam I am with the easy 2.
Great drive on the open side. Had the entire baseline exposed, took it in there, took the hit, and then does a nice job. You see the hit, and then quickly ball in the air, up off the glass, and the finish.
And that foul was on Willis. That is his 3rd personal foul. So now Coach Bellato's probably going to have to take out one of his starting five, and he will. And Sam Griffin at the line to shoot one. 8 points in the ball game for Sam. Sam, an outstanding free throw shooter. Averaged 9.6 points in non-conference games. Sam comes back in the Sun Belt to average over 16 points a contest. Fields directs traffic. Nice pump fake. Reverse, no. UTA comes up with it with Sam.
Good job there by UTA of not fouling when that ball got that deep. Make them make it, rebound the miss.
Azor backing down Felts. Tough shot, good defense though, and Arkansas State will come up with it. Here is Avery Felts. Gives it up. Eaton for three.
And that's a case of UTA having all five defenders back, but then not being organized. You got to get back, you got to communicate, you got to locate, and always have to know to defend the ball.
Eaton has not missed a shot tonight, a perfect 4-4. He's got 10 in the ball game. Arkansas State now with the advantage, and UTA comes right back. Good job by Trey Jones. Fields stops, has to dish it off. From deep in the corner, London nails the jumper.
And another basket off an assist, right? That's just been the calling card of the Red Wolves tonight is penetrate, get a paint touch, pitch, catch and shoot.
16 assists on 19 baskets. KO goes over the top, can't come up with a rebound. I'd take 84% of my baskets off assists any day.
And there's another one.
Another one. Red Wolves, they've hit their last 3 field goal attempts. Alame for 3. UTA's got to be careful. The pull-up jumper for 3, buried by Eaton, and a timeout's going to be called by the Mavs.
And the second trail 3 by Eaton. The Red Wolves are pushing it.
Hilton Arlington. They didn't tell me there'd be a lot of math when I got involved in this job, but during the break, we were figuring up a lot of stuff. We do know the season high assists for Arkansas State in Sun Belt Conference play is 22 versus Louisiana. But that's not the stat that stands out to both of us, Mike.
No, right now, Arkansas State is assisting on 86% of their field goals.
Sponsor of UT Arlington Athletics. Enter to win a $25 gift card to Old School Pizza Tavern now by texting CRUST at CRUST to 71885. Hade Wills hung up in the air, can't get it to go. Arkansas State looks to increase that 7-0 run. Looking down low for Jackson. Carter keeping an eye on him. Shot clock inside of 10. Eaton. Couple of pump fakes, gets it to Jackson. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called with 1 on the shot clock. And they're going to call that against Grayson Carter.
And that's the gray hair special right there. That's the one that gives you gray hair, right? You've defended an entire shot clock, and Arkansas State had almost nothing going. And then with 1 second left, you foul, bail them out. Now they get to take it out. Fresh 20.
And Laz Rojas will come back into the lineup, and Grayson Carter's going to go out. And Arkansas State will trigger the inbounds pass. Little hesitation. Wesley with a pull-up and buries it.
And that field goal probably won't get an assist because he bounced it once, but it might as well have one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a shot that's created off penetrating pitch, catches it in the high post, a little quick trap dribble, and then hits the jumper.
Wesley now with 6 points in the ball game for Arkansas State. He's had 8 in each of the last 3 games. Again, shot clock inside of 5. Azores pull up over the outstretched hands of Eaton. Can't get it. And here comes Arkansas State on the run. Transition defense was something they were concerned about. That's going to be a blocking foul on Laz Rojas. Big time collision. And Fields is able to get up.
Yeah, Fields went down hard. But again, this is that strength we talk about. Fearless, attacking, and Rojas for sure late, for sure slides under. So definitely a foul, and Fields is just strong enough to play through it. Now, the Arkansas State coaching staff is having an animated discussion about how that could not be a shooting foul. And they have a valid point. I mean, Fields is like, dude, I didn't run that far to not shoot.
No, really. I didn't sacrifice my body. I think Coach Milano had a beef on that one. Pull-up jumper is going to be short. UTA's got to stop this 9-0 run. Their scoring drought nearing 3 minutes as we reach the halfway point here in the second half. Wells floats right, buries it. Much needed.
Nice pull-up. Just measured the defender and settled in, hit the pull-up.
Coach Milano directing traffic on the far side. Both teams milking the shot clock here in the second half. Fields, hesitation, tough pull-up, short. Laz Rojas had it, lost it. Ade Wells comes up with a loose ball. Boy, Mwamba quickly down court, finds that piece of tape right where he likes to shoot the 3.
Yeah, Patrick Mwamba runs the floor hard and gets spotted up every time. He's going to 2 spots in transition. The absolute front of the rim or behind the 3-point line. The rest of that court doesn't exist to him when he's in transition.
You know, and Coach Aggie was telling us after his freshman year, he said, this kid doesn't run out of energy, Patrick Mwamba. He gets off the plane. A couple of days later, they said, listen, go ahead and run the mile. He runs it in under 5 minutes, or under 5.5 minutes or something, after he had jet lag. And he goes, that's it? I can do that. 9 to shoot. UTA will have it.
Yeah, and these are important possessions now for UTA. They staved off that 9-0 run, but now you've got to pay these off. You've got to keep scoring.
Oh, Wells, the sea parted. And then the pickoff to Griffin. Oh, he looked around, wanted to make sure nobody was coming up from behind. Then he gets the layup. Sam in double figures with 11.
And both of those finishes, the one by Shahade Wells, followed by the one by Sam Griffin, really crafty. I mean, Sam did a nice job, one hand off the wrong foot to shield it from the shot blocker. So don't underestimate how crafty those 2 finishes were.
9-0 run by Arkansas State. Now a 6-0 run by UTA. Fields, a little opening in the baseline. Willis at the shot clock goes off. UTA will have it with a chance to tie or even take the lead.
Nice response here by the Mavs after that 9-0 run with a little run of their own. Nice response.
Wells for 3.
That was a tough shot.
Oh, my.
Okay, that's the sidestep 3 over an outstretched hand.
They answer a 9-0 run with a 9-0 run of their own. Good defense that time by UTA down low. Willis lost the handle. Still loose. Sam comes up with it. Up ahead to Wells. Sam for 3. It looked like Omier stepped out of bounds. Wide open. Fields with the basket.
Yeah, and that's one of those could have been huge one way, ends up being huge the other way. But you got two teams, wins can separate and get you a better seed.
And a possible bye. Those are always the big ones. Closing in on 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Alame. Shot on the way. Carter, no. Arkansas State pushing it with Eaton. Oh, great pass. Inside slam dunk, Omier.
Big time post-to-post pass. Amir ready, hands up, takes the bounce pass and just flushes it. He's really impressive.
Oh, he is.
I mean, if you're just watching this game and you don't know anything about that player, there's no way you would guess he's a freshman.
That was also the 21st assist for Arkansas State. Their season high in Sun Belt play is 22.
Yeah, and they're still well over 80% on assisted field goals as you see the drop off and the flush. And just for context, okay, the very best teams at the Division I level and the NBA level are hoping to have 70%.
Exactly.
I mean, if you gave a coach 70%, they'd go, man, we played great. They're over 80. They're close to 85% now. That is just really impressive.
And David Azor, speaking of impressive in his second game back from injury. He's got 13 in the ball game. Shot clock inside of 5. London lost it. Mwamba comes up with it. Azor calling for it. Azor strong to the hole. Gets hit hard. No foul call. They'll come the other way with it. Omier to the hole for the finger roll layup.
Oh, my. This young man has done absolutely everything. Rebounds it, takes it wire to wire, a little in-out, hezzy. I wouldn't call that a Euro. We'll call it a Centro since he's from Central America, okay? And then finishes at the rim. I mean, that is a high-level basketball play for a freshman. This guy is going to have an outstanding career at Arkansas State.
I'm telling you, he is impressive. Another double-double for No Chad Omier. 4th in the NCAA in double-doubles coming into this game. Wells hangs in the air, and he is going to be fouled on the play with 5:41 to play.
Yeah, great job of drawing the foul, drawing the contact there by Shahade Wells. The head coach of the Costa Rican national team is a friend of mine.
Oh, really?
I sent him a text that said, you got problems. I mean, Costa Rica is going to have to beat Nicaragua to get out of the Central American region.
Yeah.
As long as they keep having Omier show up, they got a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy is really good.
He is the real deal, 13th double-double this season. Wells, he's got 16 in the ball game. Wells is going to get a little bit of a breather, operative word little, as Steelman comes in. 2-point advantage for Arkansas State. Trying to stop a 5-game losing skid to UTA here in Arlington. Tough pull-up jumper. Eaton gets the bounce.
That was tough. I mean, there were 2 defenders there, and he just kind of rattled it off the back bracket. And a very big basket. And this is a good game. 2 teams playing very hard, for the most part, playing very well. Really a good college basketball game.
That's going to be an offensive foul on Patrick Mwamba. Tried to fight through a couple of players. He's going to be whistled for the foul. That will be only his second.
Yeah, and the move he made there is called a rip screen, right?
Right.
And so you cut off of, in this case, David Azor. You see it right there. See that? And he just put his arms out. If he doesn't put his arms out, that doesn't get called. The rip screen is something that every team does. You run a cutter off. You hope the defender helps. You get a little hung up, right? But because he threw his arms out, he gets called for the foul.
Well, Omier tried to save it. Instead, throws it out of bounds. And it'll be UTA's ball with 4:53 as Sam Griffin will come back into the lineup. And Steelman will go out. Also on that last play, I think Keon Wesley, the junior out of New Jersey, did a good job of drawing that foul on Mwamba.
100%, right? I mean, he got shoved, and when Mwamba's arms went out, Wesley put his arms out, and so it was, he made it obvious. Sometimes you got to help the refs a little bit.
There you go. Caleb Fields will check back into the lineup for Arkansas State. Azor inside, and a foul is going to be called.
Yeah, and that'll send Azor to the line. The Mavs in the bonus here with 4:40 left. So now all those drives, all those rim attacks have the possibility of getting paid off with free throws.
Foul was on London. That is his fourth. And David Azor at the line. His season high this year is 18. Again, the abbreviated season high for David Azor. Once again, this is only his 10th game of the season. Played the first 8, then got hurt, missed 13. Well, that's tough. He's usually pretty automatic from the line.
We talk about these games being important for seeding. They're also important for a guy like David Azor, who's been out a long time. For him to get his rhythm back and get in a flow and to be playing well, what a shot in the arm that is for the Mavs.
Nice job, Alame. Griffin, the big step to the hole. They're going to say it was tipped. UTA still got it. Mwamba in trouble. Needs a little bit of help. And that ball's going to be tipped. Nice play by Wesley. Phelps backs it out. Watch it. He'll shoot from there.
Yeah, and that is a lost opportunity for sure for the Mavs. I mean, such a great job by Alame of knocking it loose, keeping it in play, and then to not get a shot on the other end is disappointing.
Well, that's going to be off the leg of Fields. It'll be UTA's basketball, and we're going to take a timeout. 3 minutes, 49 seconds left to play.
You give yourself, and if you can dominate on the glass like that, you just give yourself so many more chances.
By the way, the UTA women are up 55-40 with about 4 minutes left to play against Matt Daniels' Arkansas State team. Matt actually talked to the men's team at Arkansas State yesterday. Hade Wells, pump fake, and he'll go to the line, and Caleb Fields may have taken one on the chin.
I'm telling you now, Caleb Fields has taken a beating today.
Oh, he has.
And he'll dish it out, too, now. There's the lift, there's the bump, right? Great job by Shahade Wells of getting the defender off his feet and then drawing the contact, right? A lot of guys will shy away from that contact. Right. You don't get anything for it. He leans in and gets that contact. But Caleb Fields, he'll give it, he'll get it, but he's been involved in some pretty high-level collisions in this game. He's a tough competitor.
Last year when we were talking to Coach Pilato, I said, describe Caleb Fields. He goes, barrel-chested. So he's kind of built for that.
Yeah, and uses it,
and
right?
uses it.
Right? So, some guys are barrel-chested and won't use it. He's very sturdy and isn't afraid to let you know it.
3:20 to play. Shot clock inside of 10. Omer back on top, almost picked off. Mwamba got a piece of it. Phelps with 2, Phelps with 1, no. That'll be a shot clock violation. Good defense by the Mavs.
Outstanding defense by the Mavs and outstanding effort at the end of that possession, right? They just kept battling and kept deflecting and kept playing, and you see finally in the end there coming in to get the block shot as the clock goes off. So high-level defensive possession right there by the Mavs.
Mwamba finally gets it into Wells. Again, little offense-defense switch as Sam Griffin comes into the lineup. Alame goes out for UTA. Well, a lot of congestion, a lot of bodies bumping now. Pull up, Azor, no. KO can't get the rebound. Omer does. 14 boards in the ballgame.
Yeah, if you got one guy in this league, you had to get one rebound. right?
I know who I'd pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go find that guy because Omier is just he is a next level rebounder.
Azor, big step, dishes it off. Hade Wells can't get the three. Poked out by Mwamba, right into the hands of Eaton, who goes to the hole for the two.
There have been a couple of these huge swings in this game. That's the second one where UTA is just staring at an open three that rattles out. It turns into a layup on the other end. That's a 5-point swing. And in a game this close, you have very many of those, and they'll decide a game now.
We've had 4 or 5 of those. Azor hangs in the air. Got it. It'll go to the line.
Big time pump fake, big time contact, and then a big time finish right there. Stop on 2 feet, lift into the contact, draw the foul, and finish. Big time play by David Azor right there.
Remember the first game between these two teams went into overtime, and the Mavs forced it after trailing by as many as 13 in the second half. Have a chance to pull within 1 on the free throw attempt. 1:57 to play. Arkansas State's got 2 timeouts. So does UT Arlington. Willis, nice move. Gets away from Wells, leans in, got it.
Great touch. And he had to shoot that ball really high because KO was coming to punch it out of there. And he saw him out of the corner of his eye, put a little extra lift on it, and was able to get that touch.
Arkansas State's hit 6 of their last 7 shots. Hade can't do it. KO, though, they're the slam dunk.
Nice job by KO. Again, he's so active. He's so bound. Staying up late in Mobile.
Yeah, really. 1 timeout now remaining for UTA, and they'll put the press. One minute left. Phelps on the drive, lost the handle inside, counted. Norchad Omier.
And what a great catch. What a great catch and finish by Omier. And again, this is...
And he appreciates it.
Yeah, you don't get to be as good as that guy is without working hard. Some of that, okay, I'm tall or I'm strong or whatever, right? Okay, that guy knows how to play. You don't get that without working hard.
Hey, Wells takes it coast to coast. He's got 20 in the ball game, and it's down to a 1-point lead.
Two teams just playing great right now.
Oh, and the foul's going to be called. They're going to call that on Sam Griffin.
Yeah, and the good news for UTA is they're not in the bonus yet, right? They've still got another one to give. So they can trap, they can get after you. You see the replay here, and right? I don't know how that's on Sam, at the risk of questioning our friends in stripes.
Yeah.
But so this possession now, they can be super aggressive because if they foul trying to steal it, it's not free throws. So having one to give allows you to be very aggressive and try to just knock the ball loose, create a steal.
Shot clock at 10. Wells and Griffin are out. Coach Aggie going with defense. Eaton slips. Omier in traffic. They're going to call that a jump ball. And possession arrow will belong to Arkansas State. And Coach Ogden saying that was a travel.
Yeah, but the good news now is there's only, you got still 4 on the shot clock, right? So if you're UTA, just get in a stance and guard here. They've only got 4 seconds. Don't get slipped. Don't let them go to the rim on you.
Omier tried to go to the rim. Quick turnaround shot. No. Rebound pulled away by UT Arlington. Shot clock turned off. The Mavs with 1 timeout, and a foul's going to be called. My goodness.
Yeah, and that is one of those fouls that, again, you talk about the gray hair fouls, right? That's a foul that'll give a coach a gray hair. And Wesley fouls Azor there in the middle of the floor, right? I mean, you can't let David Azor go to the line and shoot two because Arlington is now in the double bonus. You just got to get in a stance and guard a guy there.
12 seconds left in the game.
And if David Azor makes both of these, which he makes the first, I'm trying not to be the jinx here. UTA still has a foul to give.
Yeah.
Right? So they're going to be able to defend the ball up the floor, have Arkansas State take 4 or 5 maybe seconds off, give a foul, make them take it out. Right? So don't be surprised here. Timeout Ark State, right? And so now don't be surprised if when they come out of this timeout, Arlington doesn't give a foul when the ball gets.
Many people are going to be able to stop him.
No, if you're only bringing one guy, pretty good guy to bring.
No pressure put on by UTA. Final 10. Eaton to the hole. Count the basket, and he's fouled with 7.2 to play.
Big time play by Eaton. Arkansas State runs a middle ball screen. There it is off Wesley. Gets downhill, and Eaton finishes through the contact. Big time play by Mr. Eaton for the Red Wolves.
I'll tell you what, that was an impressive play for the senior from Arkansas. Third team, Sun Belt Conference last year. Now with a chance to make it a 2-point game.
And this was the situation in the second game in Jonesboro where Shahade Wells took the ball end to end and scored as the horn went off to get the win for the Mavs. Will he have that chance again?
First free throws tonight for Eaton. 2-point advantage. Good pressure put on, and then Eaton pokes it away. UTA will have it, 5.9 to play.
Fields did a great job of denying the ball to Wells there. The Mavs wanted the ball.
Ade Wills, big second half, 15 points in the second half. He's got 20. He's on the floor along with Griffin, Phillips, and Mwamba. Phillips with 2. Azor launches the 3 for the win! He's got it! David Azor at the buzzer for 3.
And we just talked about big players making big plays. Okay, here's your explanation. Because David Azor was fouled on the shot, the game clock stops on the foul. So even though the ball took that long to go in, because the game clock stops, you get the 1.1.
Azor tried to miss that shot. He choked on the pickle.
Oh, and I'm here to tell you now. I'm here to tell you it's the worst case scenario handbook right now. Because if he misses that shot, the game is basically over. But now Arkansas State's going to have a chance to catch and shoot a 3.
Home run toss up in the air, knocked away. That's it. What a comeback by UT.